Hey yo, what's up everybody? So there's a new Contra game coming out on March 12th. Now I suck with names, so I'm not even gonna try to pronounce what that word is, but I'm just gonna call it Contra Operations G. Now for this one, for those who don't know, the Contra series games are generally like bullet hell, run and gun types of games. Most of the time it's a 2D type of game with a little bit of like 3D moments sprinkled in there as well. Now, most of the series has been met with positive reviews over the past 3 decades, with the exception of the latest one that dropped in 2019. Most of the reviewers who checked that one out actually considered that one to be absolute buns. So the series generally has a good name. It's just, I guess they fell off in 2019. Well, Konami decided to give this one another shot with Contra Operations G. The demo is here right now, and I just want to give you a little bit of an overview of the game and my thoughts on the demo that I played. So here we go. Now, Contra OG is a remake slash reimagining of the original Contra game from the 80s. Same as before, our pro tags Bill and Lance have been sent to stop the Red Falcon organization. Pretty straightforward there. Now, this game features modern graphics and sound, new stages, new enemies and bosses, new gameplay mechanics, and updated weapon systems from the old 80s game. So let's talk about the gameplay. The gameplay is centered around a run and gun action style type of game where you try to get from the beginning of the stage to the end of the stage without taking much to any damage if possible. The game comes with two different modes, a standard mode where you get about 2 to 3 hit points, and there's another mode where essentially you die after just one hit. You get 3 lives to start each run. If you die, you'll respawn immediately from the point that where you died and just keep on going. If you spend up all 3 of your lives though, you'll be sent back to either a checkpoint, or unless you're playing on hard mode, which you'll be sent all the way back to the beginning of the stage. Now, the demo stage will have you platforming while you try to dodge and kill your enemies on the way to the main boss. You'll have to fight a sub boss along the way, right around the middle of the stage on the way to the main boss as well. As an aside, since in this game you technically can't go backwards, if you're at a section of the game where you're having to climb up the stage, if you fall, you will die. Now, at the end of the demo, you will have to end up fighting a boss at the end. This boss monster does come at you with a mix of physical attacks and range attacks, which is kind of nice because it keeps you on the move and kind of keeps you on your toes. Now, the game also offers other characters as well, rather than just Bill and Lance. If you go to the arcade mode, there's about 5 playable characters that you can play as. But really, it's only 4 characters because the 2 robots are pretty much just a palette swap. Now, once the game actually does release, there's going to be 2 extra playable characters added to the game as well. So what makes this game shine is it comes with a bunch of different weapons and abilities. For the demo, you'll have access to about 7 different weapons, a super machine gun, a laser gun, a spread shotgun, a fireball gun, a heat-seeking missile, and a short-range type of missile. And also too, your standard gun, but this one doesn't really have any extra abilities. It's just a standard gun that you get every time you start a new run. Now, if you die while holding your weapon, you will lose that weapon, except for your basic machine gun that you're holding when you start the stage with. The weapons can be upgraded by finding 2 of the exact same weapon. Whenever you reach level 2 with that weapon, an extra ability will be added to it. For example, once you hit level 2 with the missile launcher, every time you fire it off, it'll add like this little vortex effect to each of its explosions. So the kicker is, you can also sacrifice your weapons in order to deal out special moves while you're playing. So each weapon has its own unique special ability. So for example, if you were to sacrifice your laser gun, you'll slow down time for a little bit. Now, as for the 5 different characters that are playable during the demo, each of those characters can also be equipped with abilities. And each character has their own unique ability to their playstyle. So here is why I say that there's really only 4 playable characters, not 5 playable characters. The 2 robots each have the exact same unique abilities. They get a hover ability and a grappling hook. Now, a character like Ariana, for example, she gets a super slide. Lance, I believe he gets an increase to his double jump, and Bill can phase through shots whenever he does his dash ability. So, since those are actually unique to them, I consider it to be more like they have four playable characters, not actually five. Now, you can opt out of getting these unique abilities if you want to, and just pick up regular abilities that they have, such as extra HP, or you get an HP gain on whenever you use a special ability or something like that. So I think during this demo, they had about 4 to 5 different other abilities that you can pick that are outside of your unique abilities. Now, my overall impressions of the demo were extremely high. I left this game wanting so much more and just ready to play way more. This feels like the smoothest and best version of the classic game that I've ever played. The addition of the upgradable weapons plus the special abilities that are attached to each weapon also adds brand new layers to the game. There was an ability that I was able to do where essentially it creates a vortex in the sky that sucks up all the weapons that, well, not weapons, but sucks up all the projectiles that are being shot at you while you're playing. Just little things like that kind of give it some new flavor and kind of change up how you approach different situations. Now, the only negative that I kind of have so far is that the hover ability for the robots, I I couldn't really understand like why it was here or like how you would use it in the game. And the reason why I say that is whenever you jump, you kind of have the expectation of I'm going over a bullet and I'm going to come back down at a certain moment so I can dodge the next set of wave of bullets that are coming at me. Now, with the hover ability, once you jump and you're hovering, normally the enemies are already anticipating you jumping, so they're already sending bullets in that direction to try to catch you off guard in the air. So having the ability to just hover and only go left and right rather than kind of go in a 360 manner, it really didn't, it kind of takes away from the looseness of the game. Now, that could just be me. I'm sure that there's other players who are probably even better and are going to be able to figure that one out. But for right now, I would say that the hover ability is about the only one that I kind of felt like I don't really think it has a place, at least not in the first stage. It doesn't really have a place in that type of scenario, in that type of game. So at the end of the day, I highly recommend that you go play this demo. The game doesn't come out until March 12th, but when it does come out, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be getting this one. Anyways, thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you guys go out and try this demo whenever you have a chance. Like if you want, comment if you can, and I'll catch y'all later.